So welcome everyone to the PGCET exam preparation for the year 2020. So as we can see the question paper for the year 2019, you can see this question paper of the year 2019. So you got 2 hour. In that 2 hour, you need to attempt 100 marks question. Okay, so you can, if you want, you can read this instruction, the set of instruction. The same similar kind of instruction will be visible to you on day after tomorrow when you'll go to write the exam. So everyone please read the instruction very carefully. Everyone please read the instruction. The candidate must verify that the PGCT number and the name printed on the OMR answer sheet is tallying with the PGCT number and the name printed on the admission sheet. Okay, discrepancy if any, report to the invigilator. So guys, make that the number, the version code E and the serial number, what is mentioned in the question, same serial number or the version code you got in the OMR sheet. So the OMR sheet which you'll get, where you need to fill the blanks for the answer as A, B, C, D. So there, just in that, on that same OMR sheet, there will be a code, question paper code and serial number mentioned. Make sure that matches with the serial number code and the version code what you get in the question paper. Okay. Then you know that you, like, the exam is from 2:30 to 4:30. So you once the bell will ring, second bell, then only you can open that. Okay. So then the version code is there in the question paper. You need to enter in the OMR sheet. Okay, both should be matched. Sure, you don't make many mistake in writing these codes and all. Otherwise, they will not consider your answer. Everything will go on toss. The compulsory sign at the below. The timing for the exam is 2:30 to 4:30. Do not read the seal print. The question paper contains 100 questions. Okay, and then and you get 120 minutes to solve that. They're given you how to fill that. So you need to complete, you need just need to make sure that you fill the circle properly. Okay. These are the set of instructions which will be given to you. Okay, so you can see the marks distribution. Every question is of 1 marks. Total 100 marks are there. 100 questions are there, so 100 marks. Okay. So this is these are the other sections. General knowledge. So first 25 questions you'll get general knowledge. Okay. First was English, then general knowledge. What is the maximum density of the maximum density of water is at 4 degrees Celsius. Don't put at 0 degrees Celsius. This book name was Das Capital, which was written by Karl Marx. They wrote the book. Who wrote the book Capital? Little bit mistakes are there in the question paper. RBI governor, who is RBI governor, SEBI chairman, all that. Make sure you study that. Who founded Ramakrishna Mission? So Ishwar Chand Vidyasagar fought for what? The questions are easy only, they are not at all difficult. Ramnath Kovind. Then reasoning section. So you have 25 questions of English, 25 questions of mathematics, 25 questions of general knowledge, 25 questions of reasoning. So I'll help you with the quant section. So here you can see this question number 1. The area of a rectangular field is 144 meters square. If the length increased by 5 meter, the area increased by 40 meters square. What is the length of the field? So this is the question. This is the question of area and volume. I believe everyone knows the length of rectangle. What is the length of rectangle? Length into breadth. I believe everyone remember what is rectangle. So here, when I talk about a rectangle, here, when I'm talking about a rectangle, so what is basically rectangle? So when we talk about a rectangle is a parallelogram where all sides are perpendicular to each other. This is a rectangle. Okay, opposite sides are equal. Opposite sides are equal, and they are parallel. Okay, adjacent sides are not equal. So it is a parallelogram. In case of rectangle, their diagonals are equal. They bisect each other, but they do not bisect at the right angle. When I talk about the area of a rectangle, if this is a rectangle, if I talk about the area of a rectangle, the area of rectangle is length into breadth. Okay, while the what is the perimeter of this rectangle? So the perimeter of the rectangle is sum of all sides, that is 2a plus b. This is the perimeter of the rectangle. Okay, so I hope you remember this. So if here in this problem they give the area as 144, and the area is 144, means A into B is 144. So A into B equation is 144. And then what they mentioned after that, they mentioned if the length increased by 5 meter, the area increased by 40 meter. If you increase the length by 5 meter, so if suppose length is A, if you increase the length by 5 meter, the area increased by 40 meters. So area was earlier 144, now it become 184. So get the value, divide the first equation from the second equation. So I can say A plus 5 by A. Okay, then it is equal to 184 by 144. You can solve it very easily. Okay, this is what, this you can write as 46 by 34. Then you can write this is 23 by 17. You can write this as 23 by 17. So you can write this as 23 by 17. Okay, so this will go one za 8 8 za 14 64 8 8 za 18 18 8 za 144. This should be 18. Okay, this should be, if you divide, this is 36. Okay. So if you divide, this is now this become 18a plus 90 is equal to 23a. So I can write 5a is equal to 90. So a value you will get is 18. You can solve, you get the answer. So they're asking you what is the length value. So the length of rectangle is 18. Very simple. So so you can get the answer very easily. Getting answer is not at all difficult thing. So whenever you get the problem, area and volume, make sure that you remember the formulas of area and volume. Few things if you can remember, it will be really good for you. Like 1 hectare, when I talk about 1 hectare is equal to 10,000 meters square. Please remember that 1 hectare is equal to 10,000 meters square. 1 hour is equal to 100 meters square. Remember this. Then weight is equal to volume into density. So the correct formula for this would be mass is equal to, not weight. Mass is equal to volume into density. In physics, mass is different, weight is different. Weight is the force by which Earth attracts any object. Weight is represented in Newton, but mass is the quantity of matter contained in the body, that is called as mass. Then remember the relationship: 1 meter cube is equal to 1,000 liter, and 1 liter is equal to 1,000 centimeter cube. So you should know one liter is equal to 1 decimeter cube, and 1 centimeter cube is equal to 1 milliliter. Remember this in your mind. Going further, rectangle. Already I talked about rectangle. What is square? So what is basically a square? Square is a rectangle where all sides are equal. So in case of rectangle, opposite sides are equal, but in the case of square, all the sides are equal. When we talk about square, all your sides are equal in the case of square. And then in the square, the diagonals bisect each other. Diagonals are equal and they bisect at the right angle. So when you talk about the square, remember this property, Pythagoras theorem. So diagonal of the square is root 2a. So the diagonal of the square is root 2a. You know the Pythagoras theorem, everyone. Area of the square you can write as a square, side square, or or d1 square, d square by 2. In the square, both the diagonals are equal. So any diagonal you can take d square by 2. The perimeter of the square is 4a. Okay, anyone have any doubt about a square? Square is a rectangle. Square basically follows the properties of both rectangle and rhombus. Whenever you see square, It follows the property of both rectangle and rhombus. So in the case of square, all sides are equal, all sides are perpendicular to each other. Okay, their diagonals are equal, their diagonals bisect each other, their diagonals bisect at the right angle. So you can follow Pythagoras theorem. So the area of square is a square, or you can write as d squared by 2. Perimeter of the square is 4a. Okay, perimeter is means sum of all sides. Then you understood what is rectangle, you understood what is square, so you understood what is rectangle. This is rectangle, opposite sides are equal. When you talk of square, if this is a, if this is a, then this would be root 2a. Pythagoras theorem, everyone should know this. This is a, this is a, this is Pythagoras theorem. Uh, So this is a, this is a, this would be, this is a, this is a, this would be root 2a. This is called as Pythagoras theorem. Okay, everyone please remember the Pythagoras theorem. Okay, so in the case of square, all sides are equal. When you say square, in case of square, all your sides are equal. In case of square, okay, the diagonals are equal. So if this is diagonal D, then this will be also diagonal D. Okay, everyone remember this. The diagonals will be equal. Okay, and the diagonal bisect at the right angle. The diagonals bisect at the right angle. Remember this. This is square. Okay, this is d by 2. This will be d by 2. This is a square. Everyone remember this. If this is a square, this is a. This is a. Imagine if I put a circle inside. If I put a circle inside the square, if I put a circle inside the square, then understand that the diameter of the circle, if you put inside a circle, remember that the diameter of the circle will be equal to the side of the square. Remember that if you put a circle inside that, and remember that the diameter of the circle will be equal to the side of the square. So if the radius of the square is r, so the diameter circle is 2r. 2r is equal to a. Understand this. Keep this in your mind. Okay? Keep this in your mind. Okay. Then the thing which you need to keep in your mind is that if there's a circle and then inside the circle there's a square, if there's a circle and inside the circle if there's a square, then remember this, the diagonal of the square, remember that the diagonal of the square will be equal to the diameter of the circle. Then remember that diagonal of the square will be equal to the diameter of the circle. So the diagonal of, suppose the side of the square is a, so the diagonal of square is root 2a. Root 2a will be equal to the diameter of the circle. I can say a is equal to root 2r. Remember this, it is very important. The square is very important property. Whenever we talk about square, you can definitely expect questions on square in competitive exam. So remember this everyone. This is very important. Okay, everyone. Now, going further, you know about square, you know about rectangle, you should know about rhombus. This is called rhombus. This is called rhombus. When we talk about rhombus, in case of rhombus, all sides are equal. When you talk about rhombus, in rhombus, all their sides are equal. Their diagonals are not equal, but their diagonal bisect at the right angle. So their diagonals in rhombus, their diagonals are not equal. When you talk about rhombus, all sides are equal. Okay, their diagonals are not equal. So if when you talk about rhombus, when you talk about rhombus, suppose that the diagonals are d1 and d2. This would be d1 by 2. This would be d2 by 2. If you apply Pythagoras theorem, you can say a square is equal to d1 square by 4 plus d2 square by 4. So please remember, in case of rhombus, 4a square is equal to d1 square plus d2 square in case of rhombus. Remember this property in the case of rhombus. So whenever you talk about rhombus, remember them. What are the property of a rhombus? So rhombus opposite sides, all our sides are equal. Diagonals are not equal. Diagonals bisect at the right angle. So you can apply the property of the Pythagoras theorem here. So the area of a rhombus is half into d1 into d2, and the perimeter of a rhombus, when you talk about perimeter of a rhombus, that is equal to 4 into A. Remember that about rhombus, everyone. Okay, so remember this. Area and volume is very important chapter. You can get questions in exam based upon that property. Make sure you remember them. When you talk about a triangle, when I talk about a triangle, so in a triangle, if this is angle A, this is angle B, this is angle C, the sum of all angles of a triangle, the sum of all angles of a triangle is 180 degree. Remember this property of a triangle. The sum of all angles of a triangle is 180 degree. Okay, so if this is angle D, if this is angle D, always remember the exterior angle is equal to the sum of interior opposite angle. Whenever you talk about triangle, the exterior angle is equal to the sum of interior opposite angle. Now, if this is side, if this is side C, this is side A, and if this is side B, so the area of a triangle you can write as the square root of S into S minus A into S minus B into S minus C, where S is called semi-perimeter, where S is called semi-perimeter. So remember the property. So this is called Heron formula. So remember this property of the area of a triangle. So whenever you see the triangle, remember this property. This by this formula you can find the area of any triangle. Okay. Remember them. Remember this property for finding the area of the triangle. Okay. The other formula for the area of the triangle can be half into A into C sine angle B. So half into A into C, half into A into C sine angle B. This can be the another formula for the area of the triangle. So you can remember this can be other formula to find the area of the triangle. You can use this formula also for the area of the triangle. Okay. So remember these formulas. A lot of formulas are there, but I'm trying to avoid those formulas. Half into base into height. So I believe everyone remember. Everyone remember, no? Half into base into height. Everyone knows Pythagoras theorem. If this is C, this is A, this is B. So C square is equal to A square plus B square. Everyone knows this, right? Now, going further, when you talk about a triangle where all the sides are equal and all the angles are equal, then that is called equilateral triangle. So this is called equilateral triangle where all your sides are equal and all angles are equal. This is called equilateral triangle. So equilateral triangle, area of equilateral triangle is root 3 by 4 a square. Remember this. Remember the area of equilateral triangle, 3 by 4 a square. So remember the areas formulas. So scaling triangle formula, all that I told you. Isosceles triangle formula, this is the formula for isosceles triangle. Isosceles triangle means opposite sides are equal and the angles are equal. Okay, so this is the formula for the area for the isosceles triangle, where B is the base, B is the base, and A is the opposite equal sides. Okay, that is the formula for the isosceles triangle. You can remember that formula. Equilateral triangle, already I told you the formula. Quadrilateral and all, you can use the area of a triangle formula for that. Leave that. Rhombus, already I told you. Trapezium, what is trapezium? Trapezium means when the opposite sides are parallel. So this is the area. This trapezium is like this. This is kind of trapezium. This we call as trapezium, where your opposite sides are equal, opposite sides are parallel, and two non-opposite sides are not parallel. So if I draw altitude h here, so the area of the triangle will be half into a plus b into h. This is trapezium. Remember this hexagon and all. Circle, area of a circle pi r square. Circumference of a circle is 2 pi r. You know this formula for circle. This is semicircle. So semicircle is half of a circle. Area is half pi r square. Perimeter is pi r plus 2r. Okay, you can ignore them. Cube, what is cube? What is cube? Cube is a three-dimensional uh, square that is cube. In case of cube, all sides are equal. So the volume of the cube is a cube. The total surface area of the cube is 6a square, and the diagonal of the cube is root 3a. Remember this. Cube volume is a cube. Total surface area is 6a square. The diagonal is root 3a. Then when you talk of cuboid, when you talk about cuboid, the length, breadth, and height all are unequal. Its volume is length into breadth into height. Its surface area is 2 into LB plus 2 into BH plus 2 into LH. The diagonal is root of L square plus B square plus S square. Very important formula. Remember that. Cylinder, when you talk about cylinder, when we are talking about cylinder, so when we are talking about cylinder, this is cylinder. The volume of a cylinder is pi r square h, where r is the radius, h is the height. The curved surface area is 2 pi r h, and the total surface area would be 2 pi r into r plus h. Remember this. Then when you talk about cone, this is cone. When you talk about cone, this is cone. Here, this follow Pythagoras theorem. This follow Pythagoras theorem. So just follow Pythagoras theorem. You can see this right angle triangle. So L is equal to the L is called slant height. L is called slant height. L is called slant height. H is the height. So L is equal to root of h square plus r square. Volume of a cone is 1 by 3 pi r square h. Curved surface area is pi rl. The curved surface area is pi rl, and the total surface area would be pi r into L plus r. This is the total surface area of a cone. So you can see this question number 2. You see this question number 2. Sorry, question number 77 here. The height and the radius of the base of a cone each increase by 100%. What is the volume of cone increased by? Question number 77. So if you see the question number 77, question number 77, this is the cone. The volume of the cone, this is the height, this is the r, this is the slant height. Okay, so the volume of a cone is 1 by 3 pi r square h. This is the volume of the cone. So the height of the cone, the height and the radius of the base of cone each increase by 100%. So suppose the height of the cone is 1, and suppose the radius of the cone is also 1. So now in this case, this is 1, this is 1. So how much the volume will be? 1 by 3 pi 1 square into 1. So how much the volume will be? Pi by 3. How much the volume will be? Pi by 3. Okay. Now what they have mentioned in the problem, that the height and radius of the base of cone each increase by 100%. Each increase by 100% if they increase. If you increase them by 100%, one, if you increase by 100% means how much it becomes? It becomes 2. Okay. 1 again, if you increase by 100%, how much it becomes? 2. So now what is the volume of that cone? 1 by 3 pi 2 square r square into h into 2. They'll become 1 by 3 pi into 8. How much the volume increase? Volume increased by 8 times. Volume now increased by 8 times. Very easy. Very easy. You can understand. And earlier it was this much. Now this become 8 times. So volume increased by how much? The volume each increased by 8 times. Clear everyone? Anyone have any doubt? Any doubt anyone? Anyone, any doubt? Anyone want to ask any question? Anyone have any doubt? So cone I told you, then a sphere, you should know the volume of a sphere when you know that. Okay, so Anusha is asking what if it increased by 50%? So same thing Anusha, if it increased by 50%, nothing will change. So if it increased by 50, so if this increased by 50%, now your radius was 1, your radius, radius was 1. Now if I increase this 1 by 50%, if I increase this 1 by 50%, what is 50% of 1? What is 50% of 1? 0.5. Okay, so now what is the new radius? If your radius increased by 50%, what is the new radius? 1.5. Okay, and similarly, your radius increased by 1.5. Now your height was also 1. So your next height would be how much? That is also 1.5. So what is the volume formula? So your volume formula is 1 by 3 pi 1.5 square into 1.5. 1 by 3 pi. What is 1.5 square into 1.5 means what is 1.5 cube? So 15 cube is 3375. So 3375. Okay, so this become 1 by 3 pi. So earlier your volume was 1 by 3 pi. Now it become 3.3375. Okay, so earlier your volume was 1 by 3 pi. Now your volume is how much? Your volume is 3.3375. How much your volume increased? Your volume increased by 3.3375 times. Okay, this much, or your volume increased by 337.5%. That's much. Okay, so your volume increased by how much your volume increased by? Your volume increased 0.375 times, or 337.5%. Clear everyone? So you do in the term of 100. Do in the term of 100. So take that 100. So increase it by 50%, become 150. Again increase by 50%. So that become 75. 75 means 225. Okay. Again increase by 50%. See, understand when you're writing this formula, when you're writing the formula 1 by 3 pi r square h. So in that formula, this is constant. In this formula, this is constant. Your radius is increasing by, and your height is increasing by 1 time. So I increase the radius by 2 times. Now I increase the height by 1 time. Half of this is 112.5. So you add this, so it becomes 337.5. So here in percentage term, 237. This my note. Very simple. You forget formula and all. You just remember this. You just remember it. Okay. So circle, if you ask you circle is pi r square. So you'll do 2 times. R increase by 2 times. Here this is 3 times because R R H 3 times they are changing. Okay. So sphere you should know their volume is 4 by 3 pi r cube. Total surface area would be 4 pi r square. Hemisphere, when you talk about hemisphere, the volume is 2 by 3 pi r cube. The curved surface area is 2 pi r square, and the total surface area would be 3 pi r square. So remember them, spectrum and all you can ignore. Ignore them. Okay. So remember this in your mind. Keep this in your mind whenever you are solving. Right. Now the next concept, this if you see this question number 78. So question number 78 is of the topic called permutation combination. So whenever you see permutation combination, whenever we talk about the topic called permutation and combination, remember whenever we talk about the topic called permutation and combination, in permutation combination, remember the formula NPR is equal to n factorial by n minus r factorial. NCR is equal to n factorial by r factorial into n minus r factorial. Remember the formula where NPR is equal to NCR into r factorial. Remember their relationship between permutation and combination. Remember the relationship. 0 factorial means 1, 0 into 1. 1 factorial means 1. 2 factorial is 2 into 1 means 2. 3 factorial is 3 into 2 into 1 means 6. Okay. If I say 4 factorial, 4 into 3 into 2 into 1 means 24. 5 factorial means 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1 means 120. 6 factorial means 6 into 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1, that means 720. 7 factorial is 7 into 6 into 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. What is 7 factorial means? 7 factorial means 7 into 6 into 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. That means 7 factorial. If you multiply, you get 5040. Similarly, 8 factorial, you'll get 40320. 9 factorial, you'll get 3628880. You have to by heart these values. Make sure that you remember these values. Make sure that you remember these values. You have to by heart these values of factorials. What is 0 factorial, 1 factorial, 2 factorial, 3 factorial. All these values you have to by heart. Okay. Okay, everyone. So whenever I write n factorial, n factorial means n into n minus 1 into n minus 2 into n minus 3 into n minus 4, like that till 1 you'll multiply them. That is n factorial. So when I'm writing 8 factorial is 8 into 7 into 6 into 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. This is 8 factorial. So you can write 8 factorial as 8 into 7 factorial. You can write 8 factorial as 8 into 7 into 6 factorial. Okay. So now NPR formula is n factorial by n minus r factorial. So if I ask you what is 13p4, if I ask you 13p4, if I ask you what is 13p4, 13 means 13 factorial by 13 minus 4 factorial. So that means 13 factorial by 9 factorial. That is 13p4. If I say 13p4 means 13 into, I can write 13 into 12 into 11 into 10 into 9 in factorial divide by 9 factorial. So this will give you the value of 13p4. This is 13p4. 13 into 12 into 11 into 10. 13 into 12 is 156 into 11 into 10. If you want to solve this, this is 1, 6, 6, 6 means 7. Then this was 11, 1 carry, 17100. This was 17116. Okay. Anyway, you can solve this. So these things you can remember. So basically this is the formula what you can understand, that whenever you see NPR, this is the formula. Keep this formula in your mind. Okay. So keep this formula in your mind. If I ask you what is 13C4, 13C4 means 13P4 divided by 4 factorial. 13C4 I can write as 13C4 I can write as 13 factorial by 4 factorial into 13 minus 4 factorial. So 13 factorial divided by 4 factorial 13 minus 4 means 9 factorial. This I can write as 13 into 12 into 11 into 10, okay, into 9 factorial, divide by 9 factorial into 4 factorial means 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. So this and this get cancelled. So this is 12 and 12 get cancelled. Okay, then this you can write as 5. So you can solve this 13 into 11 into 5, 65 into 11. That will give you 65 into 11. That will give you 715. Okay, so understand this. Anyone have any doubt? Anyone have any doubt? So basically, when we talk about a permutation combination, when we talk about permutation combination, both permutation combination are based on random experiment. Whenever you talk about permutation combination, they both are based on a random experiment. Where what is combination? Combination basically means that from n object, if you randomly select any r object, that is basically called as combination. So in case of combination, we don't use our judgment. So without using judgment, from randomly from the n object, if we try to select the r object, we call this as a combination. And once we selected this R object, if we try to arrange this R object in R places, we call this as an arrangement. So basically, once from the N object you selected the R object, that this is the random selection, or this is called as combination. Once you selected this R object, once you selected this R object, once you selected this R object, you arrange this R object in randomly in R places in R factorial way, and that will give you permutation. In permutation combination, if you get a dice problem, sum on dice problem, if you get the sum on dice problem, okay, if you get sum on dice problem, remember the shortcut. If I talk about two dice problem, throw two dice and they ask you the sum of them. So when you throw two dice, the minimum sum is 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 or 9 or 10 or 11 or 12. If you throw two dice, the sum on two dice can be 2, 1 comma 1. It can be 12, 6 comma 6. So remember how many times a dice come. 2 will come only one time, 1 comma 1. 3 will come two time, 3 will come two time, 3 will come two time. So they are 1 comma 2, 2 comma 1. And 4 will come three times. So 2 comma 2, 1 comma 3, 3 comma 1. 5 will come four times. 1 comma 4, 4 comma 1. Okay, 2 comma 3, 3 comma 2. 6 will come five times. 6 will come five times. 1 comma 5, 5 comma 1, 2 comma 4, 4 comma 2, 3 comma 3. So there this many times the 6 will come. So like this, remember this. So everyone please remember this. So this will help you to get the answer in the problem very easily. So don't waste your time thinking about the cases. So if you get a two dice problem, remember this. Whenever you get a two dice problem, remember this formula. Okay, everyone. So this is the remember the number of times they will come. Remember this. Whenever you see two dice problem. Okay. So if you see a three dice problem, 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 so the minimum sum is 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 or 9 or 10, or it can be 11 12 or 13 or 14 or 15 or 16 or 17 or 18. Remember this 1, 3, 6, 10, 21, 25, 27. 1, 3, 6, 10, 15, 21, 25, 27. Remember the three dice problem. So in the case of three dice, the minimum sum you will get is 3 and the maximum sum you will get is 18. So remember this is three dice problem. This is a shortcut approach for solving the three dice problem. Whenever you see a three dice problem, remember the shortcut approach of solving them. Okay. This is the shortcut formula to solve a two dice problem. Whenever you get a two dice problem, remember this formula. So whenever you see a two dice problem, so you can solve a two dice problem by using formula. Okay. Anyone have any doubt? Anyone any doubt? Any question? Anusha, Bhavan, Elvita, Arshita, Kailash, One Plus, Prakriti, Roshal, Shilpa, Victor. Any question you want to ask? Anyone? Any question? So now coming to this problem, now if you see this problem, how many five-digit number can be formed by using the digit 3, 4, 5? So how many five-digit number? So here what you need to understand, if I ask you, so I want to make a five-digit number. Now I want to make a five-digit number. So five-digit number means five places. Five-digit number means five places. Okay. So how many five-digit number can be formed using the digit 3, 4, 5, 6, 4, 3, so that the even digit always occupy even places. So your even digits are 4, 4, 6. So your even digits are 4, comma 4, comma 6. And what? How many even places are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the even places are only 2 and 4. Only two even places are there. And in these two even places, three digits can come. So three digit 4, 4, 6 can come in two even places in how many ways? So either 4, 4 will come. Okay, this can be, or either 4, 6 will come, or either 6, 4 will come. So so the even digits can come in even places in how many ways? They can come in three ways. Okay. So your number can have 4, 4 or 4, 6 or 6, 4. Because three even digits are there. Those are 4, comma 4, comma 6. So in how many ways they can come? So they can come either in 4, 4 or 4, 6 or 6, 4. So in the question it is written that the even digit always occupy even places. So even digit always occupy the even places. Okay. Now odd digits, how many odd digits are remaining for you? So the odd digits are remaining are 3, 5, 5, 3. So you have four odd digits. And what are the odd places left for them to fill? So the odd places left for them to fill is one, first position, third position, and fifth position. So the odd places left for them to fill is how many positions they can come in, either in first or third or fifth position. When you have how many digits? You have four digits. So what you can do? So you can take a case for them. So you can take either 3, 5, 5. Okay, you can take 1, 3 or 2, 5, or you can take 3, 5, 5, or you can take 5, 5, 3, or you can take is 5, 3, 5. This is the one case you can take. Then you can think of the case like how many ways they can come. So you can take 3, 3, 5. Okay. You can take 3, 5, 3. Okay. Or you can talk about 5, 3, 3. You can develop 6 cases like this. Okay. So here by using the 4 odd digits, how many 3 places they can put? You can put them in six ways. Okay, so the total ways, if you total number what you can make would be 6 into 3, 18 numbers you can make. So these odd places can come in these 6 ways, and these even places can come in 2 and 4th position in 3 ways. Now by using them, how many numbers can I make? I can make 18 numbers. Okay. Anyone have any doubt? Anyone want to ask any question? Anyone have any doubt? Any question you want to ask? Okay, so basically, whenever you are solving the problem, basically understand, like if I ask you how many, I ask you how many 4 digit numbers are there, if I ask you how many 4 digit number are there, if I ask you how many 4 digit numbers are there, if I ask you how many 4 digit number are there, 4 digit number. So if I ask you how many 4 digit numbers are there, if I ask you how many 4 digit numbers are there, so how many 4 digit numbers are there if I'm asking you? So you need to understand total 10 digits are there. You need to understand total 10 digits are there. You need to understand total 10 digits are there. Those 10 digits are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You need to understand total 10 digits are there. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Total 10 digits are there. Out of these 10 digits, total out of these 10 digits, 0 cannot come in this place. Out of this 10 digit, 0 cannot come in for this place. If 0 will come in the thousand place, then that number will become 3 digit number. So here, how many digits can come? 9 digits can come here. Here 9 digits can come here. 0 cannot come there. If 0 will come, then the number will become a 3 digit number. Then in this place, how many digits can come? In this place, all the 10 digits can come, including 0. So, so here how many digits can come? All the 10 digits can come. Here how many digits can come? All the 10 digits can come. So how many 4 digit numbers are there? So the total 4 digit numbers are there are 9,000. So if I'm asking you how many 4 digit numbers are there, so the total of 4 digit numbers which are there are 9,000. Okay. So if you got this, total 4 digit numbers are 9,000. Okay. I hope you are understanding. If I ask you how many how many how many 4 digit how many 4 digit odd numbers are there, if I ask you how many 4 digit odd numbers are there, if I'm asking you how many 4 digit odd numbers are there, so a number become odd if it end with 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. A number become odd if it end with 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. Okay, then only a number is odd number. So here how many digits can come? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Any 5 digits can come. If I ask you how many digits can come, because a number is an odd number if it end with 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. So the last place, either 1 can come, either 3 can come, either 5 can come, either 7 can come, either 9 can come. So any of the 5 digit can come here. Okay, I hope you are understanding. In first place, how many digits can come? Any of the 9 digit can come. 0 cannot come in the first place, because if the 0 will come, then the number become a 3 digit number. Here how many digits can come? Here any 10 digits can come. Here any 10 digits can come. So the total, what is the total number of 4 digit odd number? What is the total, or how many 4 digit odd numbers are there? It is 4500. Okay. Any doubt, anyone? Any doubt, anyone? Hmm. Any doubt? Anyone? Any doubt? So like this, you can form numbers. See how many numbers can come. Based upon that, you can create numbers depending upon the problem to problem. Okay. Remember this. Remember this. That from 1 to 100, from 1 to 100, from 1 to 100, how many times a digit 7 comes? Like, digits means any digit I'm talking about. If I ask you how many times, any digit, how many times, if I say a digit 7 comes, how many times a digit 7 comes? Okay, so remember this, from 1 to 100, any digit, how many times a digit 7 comes, if I'm asking you. So here I wrote digit 7, I can ask any digit, answer remain the same. If I ask you 1 to 100, how many times digit 4 comes, from 1 to 100, how many times the digit 8 comes, from writing from 1 to 100, how many times digit 6 come, it doesn't matter. So from writing from 1 to 100, how many times a digit came, so number of times, remember this will come 20 times from 1 to 100. Remember from 1 to 1000, any digit will come 300 times, and from 1 to 10,000, any digit will come 4,000 times. Remember this is very important. Last year this question came in UPSC exam, so you have to keep this in your mind. Repetition and all, whenever I'm asking you, remember this. Okay, you can prove it mathematically and all, but I don't know how many of you will like it. That's why I'm not going detailed on that part. Okay, so that's why I'll not go into the detail of that part. Only thing, you just keep this in your mind. Okay, so any digit from 1 to 100, you can count it manually also, you will get the same answer. Okay, everyone, anyone want to ask any question? Anyone, any question you want to ask? Okay, now you see this question number 79. There are 10 points in a plane. No three of them are in straight line. So there are 10 points are there in a plane. So no three of them are in straight line except the 4 points which are collinear. Find the number of triangles that can be formed with the vertices of these points. So imagine if there are 10 points in a plane. Imagine if there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Suppose, remember this. So if I ask you this, imagine if remember that if there are n points in a plane, if there are n points in a plane, if there are n points in a plane, remember that number of straight line possible, number of straight line number of straight line possible. If you have n points in a plane, number of straight line possible is nc2. So if you join 2 point, you will get a line. Whenever you join 2 point, you will get a line. So if there are n points in a plane, if there are n points in a plane, so how many straight lines can you draw? You can draw nc2 straight lines. Whenever you're joining 2 points, you get a line. So when from n points you join n points, how many lines you'll get? Number straight line, that is nc2. nc2 means n into n minus 1 divided by 2. This is a formula for finding the number straight. Remember this. Remember this. Now, if I say that out of n points, out of n points in a plane, out of n points in a plane, if m points are collinear, if m points are collinear, if m points are collinear, if out of n points in a plane, if m points are collinear, then the number of straight line, then the number of straight line, then the number of straight line possible is nc2. If out of n points in a plane, if m points are collinear, then the number of straight line possible is nc2 minus mc2 plus 1. This is the number of straight line possible. If I ask you the number of triangle possible, if I ask you the number of triangle possible, that is nc3 minus mc3. This is the number of, this is the number of rectangle, number of triangle possible, that is nc3 minus mc3. Here in the problem it is given that out of 10 points in a plane, so this n is given to you, this is 10. Okay, this is given to you 10, and 4 points are collinear. Here m is given 4. So here the number of triangle possible, so the number of triangle possible here is 10c3 minus 4c3. What is 10c3 minus 4c3? 10c3 means 10 into 9 into 8 divide by 3 factorial means 6, minus 4c3 means 4 into 3 into 2 divide by 6. This is 2 this is 2 this will go 2 times. So 4c3 means 4. So this is 4c, this is 2 this is 12 this is 100, 120 minus 4. We'll get 116 as the answer. So remember this, remember these properties, this properties and all. This is very important. Okay, remember them. Okay, don't forget them. Okay, so remember that number of handshakes, number of number of handshakes, number of handshakes in a party, number of handshakes in a party. If n people are attending a party, n people are are attending a party. Number of handshakes in a party, if n people are attending a party. So how many handshakes will happen? That would be nc2, or n into n minus 1 divided by 2. Okay, so n people will do handshake with n minus 1 people. I am doing handshake with you, or you do handshake with me, both mean same thing. Remember the formula nc2. Remember the formula, number of diagonal, number of diagonal of n-sided regular polygon. Number of diagonal of n-sided regular polygon. So how many diagonals are there for n-sided regular polygon? That would be nc2 minus n. Remember the formula. So if you join 2 points, you get a line. Whenever you join 2 points, you'll get a line. But I'm not talking about the all the lines. I'm talking about diagonals. Diagonals are those lines which you join by joining two non-adjacent points. Those lines are called as diagonal. So remember this formula: number of diagonal of n-sided regular polygon. So you can write this as n square minus 3n by 2. These formulas are important for you. Make sure that you remember them. Okay. Anyone have any question? Anyone, any question you want to ask? Anyone, any question? Now question number 80 is the question number 80. If you see, this is the question for the concept of probability. So this is the question of probability. I hope you remember the concept of probability. I hope you remember the concept of probability. Okay, so if you see the questions on probability, okay, so if you see uh, if you see the question of probability, if you see the questions on when you see these questions on probability, so if you see the questions on probability, I hope you remember the concepts on probability. So whenever we talk about probability, what is the formula for probability? That is the formula for probability is, what is the formula when you see probability? When you see the first concept of probability, remember the formula for probability whenever you see probability. So a probability formula is the favorable outcome divide by the total outcome. This is the formula for probability. So the formula for probability is the favorable outcome divide by total outcome. Okay, this is probability formula. I can write this as favorable outcome divide by total outcome. I can write as favorable outcome plus unfavorable outcome. Favorable outcome plus unfavorable outcome. Total outcome can be favorable or unfavorable. Okay. So suppose favorable outcome is P and unfavorable outcome is Q. So to define probability, I want to define probability. I can define probability with the formula called P divided by P plus Q. I can define probability with the formula that probability is equal to P divided by P plus Q. So whenever you speak about probability, the probability will give you a value between 0 to 1. So whenever I speak about probability, a probability will give me a value between 0 to 1. 0 means impossible, 1 means possible, 0 means impossible, and 1 means possible. Probability will always give you value between 0 to 1. Okay, that is basically called as probability. Okay, now you know the term probability. You should know the term called odd in favor. Odd in favor. So when I say odd in favor, so the formula for odd in favor is favorable outcome divided by the unfavorable outcome. That is called odd in favor. So whenever I say odd in favor, the formula for the odd in favor is favorable outcome divided by unfavorable outcome. This is called odd in favor. Then if I say odd against favor, if I ask you odd against favor, if I ask you odd against favor, so the formula for odd against favor is unfavorable outcome divided by the favorable outcome. Odd against favor, the formula for that is unfavorable outcome divided by the favorable outcome. So that we called as the odd against favor. So remember the formula in probability. Probability will always gives you value between 0 to 1. So whenever we are solving a probability, we get a proper fraction between 0 to 1. Here two terms are there. One is called odd in favor. The another one is called odd against favor. So to understand the meaning of odd in favor and odd against favor, odd in favor means favorable outcome divided by the unfavorable outcome, while odd against favor means unfavorable outcome divided by the favorable outcome. Okay. Now, if you see this question, in this question, they written odd in favor of event A is 3 is to 2. So odd in favor of an event A is 3 is to 2 means P is given 3 and Q is given 2. So probability would be 3 by 5. So I hope you understand. So the probability for would be 3 by 5. So if you solve this question, you understand the probability for this question would be 3 by 5. Odd in favor is given. So odd in favor means favorable divide by unfavorable. Whenever you see odd in favor means favorable divide by unfavorable. So favorable is 3, unfavorable is 2. Okay, so odd in favor is 3 is to 2. So the probability would be 3 by 5. While then it is written and that of another event is 3 is to 4. And then that of other event is 3, then for the other event is 5 is to 4. So then for the other event is 5 is to 4 means again P by Q is 5 is to 4. So the probability would be 5 by 9. So the probability for the another event would be 5 by 9. Okay. So whenever you see the problem, if they're asking you what is the probability that at least one of the two event happens, you have to understand what can happen for them. It can be happen that both will not happen. What can happen? That both will not happen. Both will not happen. This can be one of the case, or the case can be A happen, B does not happen, A happen, B does not happen, A happen, B does not happen. Okay, or it can be B happen, A does not happen, or can be B happen, A does not happen, B happen, A does not happen, B happen, A does not happen, and both A and B happen. Both A and B happen. Both A and B happen. So these things can happen. The sum total of all this will be equal to 1. The sum total of all this will be equal to 1. So in this problem, if you understand, probability that A happen is 3 by 5, probability that B happen is 5 by 9, the probability that A happen is 3 by 5, probability that B happen is 5 by 9. Okay, so if I ask you what is the probability that A does not happen, so A happen is 3 by 5, so A does not happen means 1 minus 3 by 5 means 2 by 5. Okay. Probability that B does not happen is 1 minus 5 by 9, that is called 4 by 9. The probability that B does not happen means 1 minus 5 by 9 means 4 by 9. Okay, so you need to understand the formula of probability. You need to understand the formula of probability. Probability is favorable divide by total. So probability is favorable divide by favorable plus unfavorable. Okay, so while odd in favor means favorable by unfavorable, and odd against favor means unfavorable by favorable. Okay, so you should know these formulas and all. Okay, you should know about these formulas. At the same time, you should have basic knowledge about Venn diagram. You should have basic knowledge of Venn diagram. This is the probability that A happen. So A happen means this is the probability that A happen. This is probability that A happen. Okay, so this is the probability that A happen. This is the Venn diagram for that. Okay, then you have another Venn diagram called probability that B happen. So the probability that B happen for that, this is the diagram for that. B happen, this is the diagram for that. Okay, and this outside this diagram, you have all the values outside this diagram. You have all the values of the probability. You have all the values of probability where which talks about when A does not happen and B does not happen. Outside this bracket, you have all the values when A does not happen and B does not happen. While inside the circle, what you can see inside the circle, what all you can see inside the circle, all you can see, what is that inside the circle, what all you can see that we call as probability of A union B. That we call as probability of A union B. That whatever you see inside the circle, that is probability of A union B. A union B means the probability that A or B happens. This is the probability that A or B will happen. This is the probability that A or B will happen. This is the probability. While if you see this, while when you see this circle, when you see this, when you see this, when you this means when you see this, when you see this basically means what this basically means. This means probability of A intersection B. A intersection B means probability. When you see this probability of A intersection B, what does it mean? It means that both A and B both should happen. Both will happen. That is A intersection B. Okay, everyone. So please understand. Please keep this in your mind whenever you are solving the problem. Please make sure that you keep them in your mind when you are solving problem on probability. So here the formula what you need to understand about the probability, that probability between A union B, that is probability that A happen plus the probability that B happen minus the probability that both A and B happen. So this is the formula what you need to remember in your mind, which you need to keep in your mind. Always remember this formula. And for independent events, probability of A intersection B, that will be equal to probability of A into probability of B. Whenever you talk about independent event, whenever you are talking about independent event, probability of A intersection B would be probability of A into probability of B. That is called probability of A intersection B. Okay, so keep this in your mind. So whenever you have independent event, so the probability of A intersection B means probability of A into probability of B. Okay, now the same thing if you put in this formula. Now same thing if you put in this formula. So probability of A union B is equal to probability of A plus probability of B minus probability of A into probability of B. Okay, so this is what is being given in the question. So in the question, they ask you at least one of the two event happen. In question number 80, they ask you at least one of the two event will happen. A probability is 3 by 5. B probability is 5 by 9. So the A probability is 3 by 5 and B probability is 5 by 9 minus A probability that A and B happens. So this is into 5 by 9. So this is the probability that at least one of them happen. At least one will happen. So in here, no required to solve it. It is not required for you not to solve it because the options are given like that way only. So you don't need to solve them. So answer is option A. Very simple. Okay. Anyone? Any doubt? Any doubt? Anyone? Anyone? Any doubt? So if you see the option A, this answer is option B. This is 8 times. This is 18. This is 116. Now question number 81, 2 to the power 9 plus 2 to the power 9 plus 2 to the power 9 plus 2 to the power 9 is simplified to what? Before I do that problem, before that, remember that whenever you get a coin-based problem, remember that whenever you get a coin-based problem in probability, whenever you get coin-based problem in probability, always use the formula of probability, that is NCR 2 to the power n. Whenever you get a coin-based problem in probability, remember the formula what you need to use. The formula is NCR divided by 2 to the power n. If I ask you that 10 coins are tossed together, 10 coins are tossed together. If I ask you 10 coins are tossed together, okay, so what is the probability? What is the probability to get what is the probability to get six heads? What is the probability to get six heads? If I say 10 coins are tossed together, if I say 10 coins are tossed together, what is the probability to get six heads? So the probability to get six heads would be 10c6 divided by 2 to the power 10. So the 10 coins are tossed together. What is the probability to get six heads? So if you want to do that, so the probability is NCR divided by 2 to the power n. So 10c6 is equal to, you can write as 10c6 equal to 10c4 divided by 2 to the power 10. So you can write 10c4 means 10 into 9 into 8. 10c4 means 10 into 9 into 8 into 7 divided by 4 factorial means this is 210 is 1024. This is 210 divided by 1024. And everyone keep this in your mind. So remember, whenever you get a point problem and all, so remember the formula what you need to use. The formula is NCR divided by 2 to the power n. Use that formula and you'll get the answer very easily. So you remember that. Okay. So like if I say that if I say four tossed together, if I say that four coins are tossed together, if I'm saying that coins are tossed together, if I'm saying that four coins are tossed together, so what can happen? What are the chances of probability? If I'm saying that four coins are tossed together, what can happen? That none of the coin will show head, means all will show tail. All will show tail. If four coins are tossed together, so what can happen? So it can be that all will show tail, all will show tail, all will show tail. Okay, or you can have one head or three tail, or you can have one head or three tail, or you can have two head, or you can have two head or two tail, or you can have three head or one tail, or you can have all the four head. You need to understand this. If you toss four coin, what can happen? So all will show tail, means all the four coin will show tail, all the four coin will show tail. So how many ways this is possible? This is only one way. And probability of getting head is also 1 by 2. Probability of getting tail is also 1 by 2. So 1 by 2 to the power 4. One head and three tail. One head and three tail. So in how many ways can you get one head and three tail? So this is nothing but one head means total 4 factorial divided by 3 factorial 1 factorial. That you can write as 4c1 into, always probability of getting head or probability of getting tail is 1 by 2. So it will like this. This other way of writing this is 4c1 1 by 2 to the power 4. Okay, similarly, 2 head, 2 tail, 2 head and 2 tail. The other way of writing this is 4c2. So 4 factorial by 2 factorial 2 factorial. Again, this is 1 by 2 to the power 4. Three head or and one tail. Three head and one tail. So other way of writing this is 4c3 1 by 2 to the power 4. Okay. 4 head means head means one way. This is only one way. Means 4c4 1 by 2 to the power 4. So you can find the answer for them. Okay, so four coins are there. If you do the total sum of this, so you'll get the total sum of this as 16 by 16 means 1. And a 4c1 is 4, 4c2 is 6, 4c3 is 4. So remember this. So with this you can point problem whenever you get, remember the formula point problem NCR divide by 2 to the power n. Whenever you see coin problem, remember the formula. Simply use the formula, you get the problem. Now, if I talk about cards, that there are 52 playing cards are there. Whenever you talk about the problem on cards, there are 52 playing cards are there. So these 52 playing cards I can divide at 26 cards are red in color, and 26 cards are red in color, 26 cards are black in color, 26 cards are red in color, and 26 cards are black in color. These red card, you have 13, 13, 13, 13. So I can divide these cards based upon something called suit. So based upon suit, a card can be based upon the suit, a card can be diamond, a card can be diamond, they can red color card can be diamond, or they can be heart, while the black card color card can be spade, or they can be club. So you call them as suit. We call them as a suit. So suit, their suit can be diamond, their suit can be diamond, or it can be heart, or it can be spade, or it can be club. Now, when you talk about these 13 cards, when you talk about these 13 cards, remember that out of 13 cards, you have 9 numbered cards. Out of these 13 cards, you have 9 numbered cards, and you have 4 honored cards, and you have 4 honored cards. You have 4 honored cards. Those honored cards, what you have, these honored cards, what you have, they can be king, they can be queen, okay, they can be jack, or they can be ace. So you have 4 honor cards. They can be king, they can be queen, they can be jack, or they can be ace. 9 numbered cards when you see this 9 numbered cards, so they have the number from 2 to 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So you have 9 numbered cards, and you have 4 honor cards. So those 4 honored cards can be king, they can be queen, they can be jack, they can be ace. Remember this. So we call them as a suit. So the pattern what you see on a card, the pattern what you see on a card, whenever you see a card, you can see a pattern on a card. There's a symbol for which you can identify the card, that is called a suit. So the suit for the card can be diamond, or it can be heart, or it can be spade, or it can be club. Remember, you have 52 playing cards. Out of 52 playing cards, you have 26 cards red in color, and 26 cards are black in color. Okay, anyone, any doubt? Anyone want to ask any question? Anyone doubt? Anyone, any question? A card is drawn randomly. A card is drawn randomly from the pack of playing cards. From the pack of playing cards, is the probability? What is the probability that it is red in color or king? What is the probability that it is red in color or king? So you know that if you see a card, so it can be red in color or king. So you randomly pick one card. So the probability through which you pick one card from the pack of card, there are 52 playing cards are there. There are 52 playing cards are there. Out of that 52 playing card, randomly you can pick any. What is the probability through which randomly you pick any card? That is 1 by 52. Okay. So, but like if I say randomly you pick any card, that is 1 by 52. What is the probability to pick a red color card? What is the probability to pick a red color card? What is the probability to pick a red color card. So the probability to pick a red color card, how many red color cards are there? So red color cards are 26. So what is the probability that you pick a red color card? That is 1 by 2. Why? Because half of the card are red in color, half of the card are king. Okay. Now what is the probability that you pick a king? What is the probability that you'll pick a king? How many king are there in 52 playing cards? So you have one king of diamond, you have one king of spade, you have one king of heart, you have one king of club. So how many cards are king? You have 4 by 52. So you picked one card. What is the probability that card is red in color? 26 by 52. What is the probability that card is king? 4 by 52. Okay, so you understood. So they're asking you what is the probability that card is red in color. They're asking you what is the probability that the card is red in color. They're asking you what is the probability that the card is red in color or king. So you pick one card. What is the probability that the card is red in color or king? So what you have to do? You have to do a union. Union or means union and means intersection. So what is probability that card is red in color? King means probability to pick a red color card plus probability to pick a king minus probability to pick a card which is red in color and king. Okay. So what is the probability to pick a red color card? That is 26 by 52. What is probability to pick a king? 4 by 52 minus. Is there any card which is both red and king? Yes. How many cards are there which are red in color and king also? There are total 4 kings are there. Out of 4 king, 2 king are red in color, 2 king are black in color. Okay. You understood this, right? 6 by 52 plus 2 by 52 is 28 by 52. That means what that means? That means 7 by 30. This is the probability. So this is the answer, guys. So this is 2 by 52. So this was 24 by 52 and this was 2 by 52. So your probability, if you do that, you will get 28 by 52 means 7 by 30. Okay. So I hope you have understood till now what all I have covered for you. So I believe you have another class now, so you can go for the class. I'll see you very soon afternoon to continue the remaining portion. Okay, everyone. Anyone any doubt? Anyone any doubt? Anyone any doubt before I wind up the today class? So I believe all your doubts. Anyone have any doubt? Bhavan, Alvita, Harshita, Kailash, Prakriti, Roshal, Sukrut, Victor, any doubt? So I believe you have understood what all we have done in this class. Then I'll see you very soon for the next class. Okay. Any ask anything? Anyone have any doubt? Any doubt, guys? Any question? Thank you, everyone. See you all for the next class. God bless you. Bye.